My name is Zack Crawford. I'm presenting the Hyatt Regency walkway collapse for Team 7. This is going to be about the collapse and the ethics behind it. So, what, when, why, how did this happen? So it happened on July 17th, 1981. This is just around a year after the hotel opened. So not very long. It didn't take long for this to break. It happened during a party in the Kansas City Regency Hotel. It happened in this room that had 2 walkways. I believe there was a 3rd walkway above the main floor. So there were a large amount of people standing on both of these balconies when eventually it gave way and fell, and everyone basically went, crushed everyone. So that killed around 114 people. I believe 2 of those people died due to injuries afterwards. So 112 died right on the spot, and then 200 plus were injured. A lot of injuries. You could tell that's a lot. So that's gonna do that damage. It's not gonna be good. So the problem that occurred here is that the engineering firm that designed it originally had one solid pole that went all the way through each of these, which would have been better. During the case, it came out that it probably wouldn't have passed inspection that way either, but it would have been better, so take it as you will. But basically the fabricator decided on this 2-pole system where this would be attached to that, and this would be attached to the roof, and it was way worse. It couldn't hold the load, and the fabricator said that he called the engineering firm to confirm that he could do this because he thought it would be better, and they said yes. The engineering firm denies this. They say that they never got this call. Are they lying? I guess we can't really know, but it's not a good look, and it's just really bad. So the sections of the ethics code that were violated during this is that striving to increase the competence and prestige of the engineering profession, we need to be we need to show that we're competent. If we confirm designs that aren't good, we're not being competent. If we make up designs that aren't good, we're not being competent. We need to show competence in our designs. We need to show that we can do this, we're able to do this. Engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public. It needs to be safe. You need to design your things to be safe. If it's not safe, why even do it? Like, we don't want to be hurting people when we're doing this, especially the public, and so it's very important that we keep safety in our minds when we're designing things. Next is engineers shall perform services only in the areas of their competence, shall build their professional reputation. This is similar to the first one, but more on a personal level, where we need to show our competence again. So it's very important that we show competence, and we're building on this competence. We're making it better. We're showing that we can become better, and we're being better. The last one is engineers shall approve only those engineering documents that they conformly with application standards. So the guy who approved this he must not have been qualified because he didn't understand that it would work. So you need to make sure that whoever is looking over documents and improving things is in the competence to do so. They need to be a mechanical engineer. You probably need to get multiple people to look over it and make sure everything is right. People make mistakes all the time. A bunch of people won't make the same mistake. So you need to be competent in your reporting. You need to be sure that you're the one that should be approving these things. So the final decisions in this case, several engineers lost their engineering license. If you're making mistakes like this, you probably shouldn't have a license. You probably shouldn't have one. But anyways, 2 people, I believe it was 2 people permanently lost their license. That would have been the fabricator that proposed the design and the person that approved the design. They got their license permanently removed for good reason. They shouldn't have been designing things if they don't have the competence to do it right, do it the right way. The engineering firms went out of business. They went bankrupt. They lost their money. You're not going to be getting business if you're known for killing 114 people and injuring 200 plus. It's just, you're not going to get any business. No one's going to trust you after that as a firm to get to get the right thing done. Many legal suits were settled out of court. I believe $174 million worth were settled out of court. Can't really say much about it. I hope everyone got good settlement cases out of it, but you never know with things like settlement court. But I assume they sued the firms. It's probably one of the reasons they went bankrupt, because they were getting sued also. So, but suing the people that designed it, the fabricator, the hotel, everyone. So I hope the people that were affected got something out of it. So our team's thoughts: public safety is number one. It's number one on the docket. When you're designing something, it needs to be the safest it can be, if not safer than the safest it can be. Because if it's going to hurt people, what's the point in making it? What's the point? Like, engineers are trying to better the world, and not being safe is not, it's just going to hurt people. So there's no point. Safety is a top priority when designing anything. You triple check all your calculations, everything, to make sure it's going to be safe, especially in structural engineering like this one was. Oversight is needed. There's a reason we have people above us to check our stuff, to check everything. There's a reason we have inspectors come in and inspect everything and make sure everything's up to code. There's a reason these rules are in place. They're not there to make you mad, they're there to help. They're there for everything to be as safe as possible. It's vital, it's important that we have this oversight. We have people review our work. We have people look over our work. We have all of this. Next, communication is important. When the fabricator contacted the engineering firm, I'm assuming he wasn't very clear, because I'd hope the engineering firm would hear him and say, no, we need to stick with our design, it's clearly better. But he clearly didn't say it that way, or they didn't communicate well with him and send inspectors to make sure everything was going the way it should be, everything would work. It needs to be both ways. It's so important that communication is there. People that know what they're doing should be making the last call. The fabricator should not be making any call towards what is good or what is bad without permission from someone who knows what they're doing. And I know they say they did, and who knows if they did or not, but the person that approved it probably should have spent more time on that too. So it's kind of a two-way street there. Everything in a project is important. It is so important. Everything. If you change it from 1 bar to 2 bar, like in this case, it's going to change everything. All your calculations will be different. The amount that it can hold is going to be different. It's so important that the calculations and anything you change, a nut, a bolt, the size of a bolt, the size of a hole, the length, the width, everything. It's so important that these things are kept. You keep refining the calculations as you change them. Changing something is going to change everything. So it's so important that you look at that. So anyways, that's our talk about the ethics of the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Thank you.